Hi everybody, welcome or welcome back if you've been here before. I'm Jimmy and this is Neighborhood Bees. So welcome to the neighborhood. And for all the new viewers out there who found me, maybe my last video or two, welcome. I hope you guys enjoy what you see. I'm gonna read today's fortune and then I'm gonna tell you what today's video is about. And then I gotta tell a story about Sharon because I noticed looking at my own video, which I really don't do all the time, I noticed I said I was going to tell a story about Sharon, and I never did when we were at the expo. So I'm going to do that too. But today's video says, today's fortune says, the healthy and the strong individual is the one who asks for help when he needs it. So yeah, we can never do everything alone. There's always, you always need some kind of assistance, some kind of help. Don't be afraid to ask. Don't be too macho. Don't be too embarrassed to ask for help if you need it, because no man is an island, as they say. You know, you got to have a good support around you. And those who don't support you, maybe you don't need them around you. So you support others, they support you, makes the world a better place. Anyway, that's what I take from it. You take what you take and, you know, apply it to your situations. Anyway, today's video, I'm going to go and clean out that hive that I suspect is a dead out or abscond. I really don't know yet. I have not broken the hive open to see if there's any bees left in there. Maybe they left. I don't know. So I will find that out. So that's my thing. First, I'm going to have to make sure that I have room in my freezer, which is behind you guys. That's why I'm pointing. Make sure I have room in my bee freezer for those 10 frames. Those are 10 XL frames, my extra long frames that I use. Don't have any samples right now, but anyway, yeah. So what I'm going to do is, I know I have some frames in the freezer that's been in there for quite a while. They're empty comb. I'm going to put those in a box and set them up so that they're not exposed to anything. I did buy at the expo. Ooh, I'm going to have to look up the name of it, but this big giant, it's like 7, 8 feet tall, maybe 6 feet tall. It's really thick polypropylene stuff. I got to find out what the real name was, but I bought 2 of those rolls. You're supposed to be able to put your frame box in there with frames and close it up so that wax moth don't get to it. So what I'm going to do is take frames out of the freezer, put them in this plastic here. So I'll have them on the side and I'll empty out my freezer. And so that I'll put the 10 frames from the suspected dead out or abscond in the freezer and leave them in there for the two. I'm going to be gone at my daughter's house for a few days. So they'll stay in the freezer. If they have wax moth, if they have whatever on there, they'll be in the freezer and they'll just die. And then I'll deal with it then. If it's too slimed out, then I'll cut it out and melt it down and reuse the wax. If they're good enough to be reused, then, you know, I'll reuse them for the upcoming season. Anyway, let me tell you this story. Okay, at the expo, when I went out to play expo Tetris, putting everything in the car, I'll link back to that segment, or maybe I'll just make a segment and put it. But anyway, I was playing Tetris, putting everything we purchased from the expo into the Subaru. You drive around the back, you load everything up. Then I drove back around the front. So when I get around the front, I walk in the main entrance to the expo, and the guy was looking at, you know, your lanyard and make sure that you can go in. And he said, oh, if you're looking for your wife, she said she'll be around the first 2 rows, the first 2 aisles. So first I was wondering, okay, how did he know my wife, or that I would be looking for my wife, or maybe I had that lost look on my face. I don't know. But he said, yeah, she's got, you know, some bee antennas on her head. So immediately I said, no, it's not my wife. She didn't have any bee antennas on. And he kind of looked puzzled, but he's like, okay, yeah, okay. So I went on in, and the first row, I didn't see her. Come around the corner to the second row. Yeah, you guessed it. Sharon is standing there with some bee antennas on her head. I just dropped my head. I was like, oh, Lord. So as soon as she saw me, she says, what? I said, I got to go find a security guard and apologize. And she said, why? I said, because I told him that, no, it's not my wife. She doesn't have bee antennas on. And she's like, Sharon says, well, this lady she just gave them to me. So I put them on. And I'm like, yeah, well, I didn't know that. So I told him, the security guy, that no, my wife didn't have that on. So I got to go apologize, which I went and found the guy and I apologized. And Sharon said, well, I didn't have him on when he left, but I found him. So anyway, I give up because I never know what's going to happen with Sharon. She's been, like I always say, she's been making me laugh for 41 years. So there we go. Anyway, let me explain this one real quick before I do all that stuff. This was a giveaway from HillCo. Last year, they gave away hats. They gave away a hive tool. But this year, they gave away these veils here. And it's like a little portable veil you can just keep in your car. You kind of pop them out. And, so there you go. It's you could keep it in your car. If you're visiting somebody's apiary, you didn't bring your jacket, you just grab a quick veil, go do what you got to do. Or if somebody's, you're driving around and you see a swarm, you want to check it out, So it's kind of cool. I'm going to keep this one in my car. And I want to thank HillCo. I'll have a description. In the description, I'll have a link to the HillCo company. In full disclosure, I did purchase on sale at the expo while it was there, the E8 electric extractor. Of course, haven't used it, but I plan to use it, of course. And I have a few other HillCo items. I have a settling tank, the 9-gallon settling tank sitting right here, and a few other things I got from HillCo. But anyway, so that's that. All right. Let me take all this stuff out of the freezer. The frames that's been in there all winter. So of course, anything that was on them is dead, frozen, done, destroyed. I'm going to put them in this bag, put the box in this bag, and then put the frames in there. And I'll show you that. It's just going to be hard to get a video while I'm doing it because it's such a confined area here in my shed. But anyway, let me get going. Okay, I cut the zip tie on this, and this is the name, BeeQuipCompany.com, and it's patent pending, and it's BeeQuip. So hopefully you can see that. But this is one bag. So if I'm holding this up and it's still rolled, yeah, it's about 10 feet because right now it's folded in half. So yeah, I would say it's close to 10 feet tall. I'm not doing good advertisement here. Wait a minute. Here we go. I would say this is 10 feet tall. So what I'm gonna do is open it up, put this box down at the bottom. This is it says Endura Hive wax dip box. I bought 6 of these boxes from Greg Burns, Nature's Image Farm. Description or a link will be in the description as well. So I got to remember BeeQuip and the Endura box and HillCo. So anyway, I'm going to put the box in, and then I'm going to stick some frames in that box and start loading this thing up. Might be awkward, but we'll see. Okay, I've got some Ross Round Deeps in here. And some more Ross round deeps. And I got some flow frames in here. So I'm gonna put all of those in this bag here and see where I'm at from there. In the freezer, I have 9 of my XL frames here, and then 2 mediums that are like almost full of honey. They're so, well, I put this somewhere. It doesn't have to be in the freezer. However, I've got 2 medium. Oh, this is heavy. See how thick it is? Oh, goodness gracious. So I've got 2 medium frames that look like that. That I need to extract, or I'll probably extract it later with the HillCo. But I'm gonna put those XLs in this bag here. I'm gonna inspect them when I pull them out. However, they've been frozen, and when I close up this bag, it should be fine. Yeah, so I'll do that. Okay, I've got my jacket on, put on a pair of gloves real quick, in case I start a robbing frenzy. You know, I don't want to be in the middle of it without protection. Oh, throw these on real quick, and let's find out what we got inside. I think they just starved. A lot of dead bees at the bottom. And yeah, this one, I gotta chalk it up to me. They didn't have enough honey left on, and I guess they just couldn't get to the fondant, or the fondant wasn't enough. When I do these XL frames, I have to leave a full medium of honey for them, along with what was on the top, because they had honey from the top third of this frame when I shut them down for winter. And so I thought that would be like a medium's worth of honey all the way across. But okay. Well, the frames don't look bad. Some dead bees still in there. I'll tap them out and stick them in the freezer and leave them in the freezer for a few days until I get back, and then I'll go ahead and clean this hive. What I'll do is I'll turn it upside down and get all the dead bees out, and I'll just leave it upside down. Take the pest management tray out. And if it rains through the hive, it'll clean it out, but I'll be able to clean it out better when I get back. But I do want to preserve these frames because they're all good frames, so it'll be a good start for the next hive, or whatever I use them for. So let's go put these in the freezer. I'm gonna leave this like this. The base is standing up. I'll come back with a hose or maybe even my light pressure washer, the electric one I have, to clean this up. This is the insulated inner lid there. It's upside down. Just got this on there to keep the rain from going on that. And then my XL box here, it's open top and bottom. There's nothing to rob out. It's beekeeper error, 100%, my error. So you saw all of those bees that were dead. I kind of dumped out the bottom. Some people may have looked for the queen or may have looked to see, you know, anything. Really nothing to see. I mean, when I put the fondant on, there was a lot of bees at the top. So apparently I need to leave more honey on than I did. So I'll take that to into the next season, take that knowledge into the next season, and I'll do better. Anyway, all right, that's it for now, because these girls over here in this small nuke and in this XL frame nuke, it's 5 XL frames and then 5, I think they're deeps with honey on them. Could be mediums, not sure, but and the farmhouse are bringing in pollen from somewhere. Don't know where. I haven't seen any red buds. I tried to get people in my club, because I'm not a big plant person. I really don't know the different plants and who comes out first and things like that, which trees bud first. But they said that some red buds would come out sometime. And I tried to get them just to send out a group text to just say red bud the first time somebody sees a red bud, almost like a rosebud, you know, in Citizen Kane. But so far I haven't gotten that text. So I don't know where they're getting this yellow pollen on their pollen pants, but it's coming in, not a lot, but I just saw some go in there. There's 2 bees that just went in, 3. So yeah, maybe they're brooding up or getting ready to brood up and bringing in pollen from somewhere. Don't know. But anyway, so that's it. Still a little depressed, but I know Philip from RTX Honeybees wanted to see what's inside this hive. So this one's for you, Philip. It was my fault, my error. Didn't have enough feed on them. That won't happen again. I'll try not to make that same mistake. Anyway, had to be, you know, didn't get stung, but I had to be on my own. Anyway, that's it for now. Thank y'all for watching. Don't do what I do. Leave enough honey. I thought I did. I didn't. The bees, maybe they were more active over winter and they used more of their stores, because in the past, just the way they put the honey at the top was enough. However, for this hive, it was not. So I guess each year is different. You can't go by exact from year to year. So next time I will err on leaving more honey rather than, you know, not stacking the honey up. And then in the spring, if there's still honey, I can take it off, put it in the freezer or do whatever. Anyway, all right, that's it for this one. Thank y'all for watching. And, you know, have fun with your bees, even when it's not so much fun when you mess up. But, you know, can't, like some of my commenters, you know, you're gonna lose hives if you're a beekeeper. And so this one was my fault. Anyway, not gonna dwell on that until I dwell on it later. Anyway, talk to y'all later. Thank y'all and have fun with your bees.